Micah and Meg, I believe it was. And I had signed up for this class, and it actually just turned out that we got like a one-on-one because of scheduling. So really talked with her. I didn't know much about what a doula was. I honestly thought you could only have one if you had a home birth, which just wasn't my plan. I wanted a hospital birth. And learned so much about the birth process, so much about what a doula is, like the support that they can give you. And so connected with Micah. And one thing that I really personally liked about Blissful Baby was the fact that I got to meet and interview a lot of different doulas. So finding and clicking with somebody, and immediately when I met Caitlin, we just had like an instant connection. It was very easy to see that like this was somebody that I wanted on my birth team, there with my husband and myself. And we welcomed our little boy. So Caitlin, I think I signed with you at like 12 weeks. I was I was so early on.
We had all that time to establish like the best friendship. I mean, she's definitely more than a client. She's definitely a friend at this point.
Yes, and so the most special part that nobody tells you about having a doula is they become part of your family forever. I know I'm gonna cry too. I'm like a week postpartum. This is probably a bad thing to say, but they do. I went in for an induction on July 4th, which was not part of my birth plan, but Caitlin reminded me to advocate for myself throughout this entire experience. So I kept doing that and stayed true to what I wanted. Came to a date with my doctor and my providers that we thought was good. Turned out to be July 4th, and so went in for the process of that to begin. And Caitlin was there from my first contraction on July 4th until my son took his first breath on the 6th. Every moment that I doubted I could do it, every moment that I said, you know, something else had come up that I needed to advocate for myself, my son, my body, and the birth that I wanted, she was right there. Another huge thing was her support for my husband the entire time. We are first-time parents. Neither of us knew what to expect with birth, and it was really wonderful and special to have her right there, not only for my support, but to somebody to look at him and say, you know, this is normal, this is just how she's feeling, or here's some things you can help her do to get through these contractions, or take a shower because stuff's about to get really crazy. There was one point she looked at me and she was like, hey, things are gonna pick up here, like if you wanna go eat really quickly. And so all of that, you know, made my birth better because it was somebody taking care of the man that I love, who, you know, I'm having this child with. And so, yeah, it was a crazy experience. She reminded me to advocate for myself the entire time, and I am very proud of myself to say that that resulted in me vaginally having a 9-pound baby. When I learned that the doctors on call wanted me to have a C-section, except I don't think I got to tell you that.
Really?
Yeah, the doctor who delivered me was like, no, she's got this, like, we're gonna do it. But the other 2 doctors on call were like, oh, if that would have been me, like, we would have done a C-section. Which at the end of the day, the goal is a happy, healthy baby. But Caitlin was there in those final moments where I wasn't sure I could get through those last 5 minutes. I pushed for 3.5 hours, and she never left my side during that. And it just, worth more than words is the support and the love that she gave to our family. Getting there, being there, just everything. I can't advocate enough for a doula, whether it be Caitlin or somebody else on Micah's team. Building your birth team is very important. No one tells you what to expect for birth, right? Like, we want a book or a TikTok or an Instagram or something we can watch that's like, this is exactly what's going to happen. That doesn't happen. So it's wonderful to have that doula as your support person, for yourself, for your family. I know Caitlin walked out multiple times and even just talked to my family, just to give updates. I had an anxious mother who wanted to bust down the doors at the maternity center.
Yeah. Like I said, multiple hats. Bodyguard, one of them.
Yes. But like I said, you know, when you find your doula and you add them to your birth team, you bring somebody else to a part of your family. And so for my son's life, he will know that Caitlin was right there and a huge essential part of him being there. So, yeah. I know. I'm not going to cry. I can't cry. I'm too tired.
That's one of the things that I have had the pleasure of just meeting all of these wonderful families and these being there for these births, for these, you know, new lives that are going to be in this world now and making a difference every single day. And so, you know, just being with them and hearing their stories, You know, whether that be the struggles of how they got pregnant, multiple losses, or, you know, this is 6th or 7th child, all of the different ways of life of how they got to where they are, and really getting to know them, and then being a part of this miraculous, you know, event and supporting them throughout that. It's just been really special. It's been so special for me.